Guys, so we're gonna ask you. We have some people lined up to ask some questions, but I'll get the first question and the last question for pacing reasons. And the first question is, what's your name? Where are you from? What's your favorite color? And what characters are you known for?
What characters do you know? You want to go first?
Okay. My name is Kate Higgins. I play. Yeah, that's when you cheer. That's when you cheer. No.
I'll be your audience.
Yeah.
Laughs, claps.
Where am I forgot the question. Where am I from?
Where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, but it feels funny to say that because really I'm from Alabama. That's where I grew up. Oh, we got a Bama? Okay. But I've been in LA for 32 years, and I've been voice acting for 6 years, and I guess I'm mostly known for Sakura Haruno, and Sailor Mercury I also play, and well, I mean, a lot of them, you know, but was that the question?
What's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color. How fun. I tend to be drawn to the blues.
Blue hues.
The blue hues, yes. I tend to like those. I tend to like the cooler toned things as opposed to warm. But back in the 80s, we did this thing where you had to know your season. And they couldn't quite figure me out because they hold up a white shirt and a cream shirt to see what your base, like what do you look better in, white or cream? I was right on the cusp. I always feel I'm on the cusp of nothing, but on the cusp. And they told me that I was an autumn. And that's warm tones. I don't really think I am. You're not interested in this, I'm sure. So I'm gonna go with blue. That's the answer.
Blue. Hi, I'm Brian Donovan, and I...
Yes, cheering.
God, that was... Thank you. No, thanks, you guys. Thank you for being here, too. I am originally from Buffalo, New York, and I've been in Los Angeles for 35 years. 35 years. So crazy. I delivered a car there in 1990. And I had 2 bags of clothes, a music box, and a bicycle. And then I delivered the car to this nurse who had gotten located there. Anyway, I digress. I'm most known for probably Rock Lee on Naruto and Davis from Digimon. And I also did for a long time, and Kate, you did too. Coming up next, and we'll be right back after these messages. And I did that for like Disney and Jetix.
That's how I got started.
That's how you got started, right? And then she said, oh, do you do voiceover? Yeah. Anyway, so I did that for a very long time, and my favorite color, and has not changed, is green. It's always been green, which is fitting for Rock Lee. So yeah, green. And thank you again for being here. Thank you, guys. Hey.
Hi, my name is Steve. I currently reside in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Clap for that.
Favorite colors would probably be red. My favorite color flows between blue and green, and then always purple. And where I'm from, the Twin Cities, St. Paul, but originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Sorry, I'm nervous. First question, multi-parter, is do you consume, and you kind of mentioned it, but do you consume any of your own media, or medias about your characters, either digital, kind of maybe you already answered, but physical as well?
No. I sort of like doing it and then it's gone. Now, does that mean I'm lazy? I don't know. But I don't, I started off in the music world, and I'm a piano player, singer, and songwriter. It feels like a lifetime ago, but that is what I did. Only a couple times, years after I even would record an album, I would just sort of go, oh, let me see what this was like. And it would be nice, surprising, like, oh, that sounded good, or whatever, but not really. You know, maybe once I would listen to it. No, and people will ask me, like, what does it feel like to hear your voice on the TV or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know. It's sort of like What does it feel like to be you standing there? You don't know. You're just alive. You're
Say
just,
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Believe it.
You're just being. You're just being. I mean, everybody's just being. Like, how do you describe being?
Yeah.
It really has no qualities. So,
Wait till we spend some time in a box.
yeah.
I mean, it is not, it's very typical for actors never to see their work. I mean, it sounds super weird, I know, as a fan, and, but it's very typical. You know, you do it, like, I mean, I'll even go further to say that I worked on a children's show that I created after the screening that I had, like the premiere.
Yeah.
I've never seen it since, 25 years, and I worked on it for, you know, a couple years. I've done 2 documentaries. I worked on them for years. One I worked on for 7 years. It's about my little sister and I. I've seen that one a couple more times, but the other documentary that I did, I worked 2 years on, 3 years on. I premiered it, showed it to a huge audience, and that was the last time I ever saw it. You know what I mean? So it sounds weird, but it's I think too, as a creator, as a performer, or whatever, you're just hungry for kind of the next. You're always kind of creating. You know, Martha Graham's a very famous choreographer, and she always says that the artist is never truly satisfied, fulfilled, right? And so we're kind of hungry to create more. Like, what's the next lump of clay? Like, how can we shape this? And so I think that's part of it. You know, it's just you're just kind of moving on, so to speak, to like, okay, what else? What next? And
Kind of like a chef.
Yeah.
My mother ran restaurants and was a chef and loved to cook. Loved to cook. Doesn't eat anything. Like, she doesn't really eat that much, and she doesn't eat what she makes. But so she makes this huge meal, but then she's done. Like, she did her creative part and then lets other people eat it, but she's not, and then she's sort of not involved. It's sort of very similar. But I will say, I did do Fisher-Price toys. I still do them for 15 years or 20 years or something. And when I do see, when I am with children and they have a toy I've done, it makes me happy. It does make me happy but that's more like sharing the experience with someone. It's not really about my work.
Yeah, that's a great tandem because, you know, I haven't seen the show, you know. I mean, I've seen a little bit, and I introduced it to my young boys very recently, but what has been so absolutely fulfilling and kind of remarkable to me is the human connection on the Comic-Con circuit. Like, because I was, initially, when it was kind of, you know, back before, pre-pandemic, let's say, you know, I didn't do them. I didn't really even consider it. And then after the pandemic, I was approached to do them, and Naruto kind of had a whole second coming, right? Pandemic, Netflix, and everybody watched it, and everybody was trying to figure out, you know, how to keep themselves busy, right? So when I was kind of deliberating whether or not I would do Comic-Cons and start on the circuit, I was trying to figure out how that would be fulfilling, and, you know, not only for you, the fan, but for me, and, you know, and what would happen there. And once I realized that it would be the human connection and the intimacy of that, and being able to connect on a human level, that's what's been so special and super, super gratifying. You know, I cannot tell you how rich an experience it is when someone comes up to my table, the signing table, if you will, or even on a panel now, and someone recounts how, you know, they were really struggling in life. You know, they were bullied, or they got in an accident, they were hurt, and then they say, you know, your show or your character helped me get through a really difficult time. Like, that is pretty special, you know. Baseline human special, but also as an artist, like, you dream, you know, to have that kind of effect. You know, if you're going to be a creator or a performer, you dream that you can make the world a better place that way. And so that's what's rich for me, you know. Yeah. Sorry, that was pretty deep.
No, that is what we liked about it.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. Yeah. Really, truly.
Thank y'all.
Hi, my name is Darren. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Amira. I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And my favorite color would probably be either pink or blue. Or black.
Lovely. Wait.
My question is there anything that you recorded that they took out that you was like, they should have kept it in?
That's a good question.
We recorded that they I mean, there's not a lot of... We just did what the script said.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of... There was no... What's the word? There was no improv.
Okay.
Like in a lot of original animation, they do let you sort of go off on the script a little bit. A little bit. You've got to get in the lines that the writer wrote, or you're going to piss off writers. But then after the second or third take, you sort of start improving a little bit. But you can't do that in anime because you have to match the lip flaps.
Okay.
So they work out that script. They have people that work really tirelessly and diligently to try to get the perfect words to match the way the lips are moving.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, as Kate said, it's very, very timed, right? And so sometimes what will happen is you won't be able to fit the lines that they had written, like the translation from the Japanese, and it just doesn't fit, it won't work. And so sometimes you'll rewrite and you can like suggest accordingly, like, oh, what if I just said this, Sometimes you have to actually write more, because it's too short. It's just like it's not working. So there's a lot of that. And then the other thing, sometimes you would have to do a broadcast version versus what's the actual translation, right? So Drunken Fist, for broadcast, I actually had to record, this is just an example, but Loopy Fist, because they didn't want to say drunken, right? They didn't want to say sake, they wanted, what was it, potion or something like that, you know what I mean? So there was a couple like things that you had to switch for broadcast, for kids and, kid programming stuff. So, but yeah, not a lot of improv. I mean, very, very little.
So not improv or like script changes, everything is just...
Well, script change is kind of what I just described, but not like, we just couldn't say what we wanted, or, if we thought something was fun. I mean, we might, you might have a suggestion every once in a while, like, oh, this would be funnier, or this would be, I know a lot of us did do that, and sometimes it made the final edit, sometimes it didn't, it just depended. I will say, especially early on, the Japanese producers and they had their hand in it pretty seriously the first, I don't know, 5 to 7 years, and so they were really adamant about everything, like just really kind of being a strict translation, or as much as it could be, pronunciations, etc. So there wasn't a lot of wiggle room.
I was just gonna say, they did ask in the very beginning when I first got the part, they told me that Sakura's little catchphrase, is cha! And they said, Jamie Simone, that owns the studio where we recorded, he said, can you come up with something that is more Americanized, that would be her thing? And he and I, and we all we just couldn't think of like what she would say.
Right.
But that could have been something that had we come up with, we would have kept it, I don't know. If anyone's got any suggestions, what else could she have said?
I think that was it. I think that was perfect. Thank you.
If you guys had the chance to, which character would you pick from the series to voice that other than your character?
I mean, I'm getting repetitive now, but I would say Guy Sensei. I mean, again, I just think it's a super awesome, funny, and really fun.
Another female character, because I do also do Who Knows Udon. I do little Udon and the snot coming out of his nose all the time. Yeah, so I do him as well. But if I had to be another girl, it might be sort of fun to be Lady Tsunade, I was gonna say Eno, but no, I'd probably go Lady Tsunade. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
Hey, that is an incredible luxury and a gift to do a character for that long. None of us had any idea that the show would last 18 years. I started recording in 2005, I think the last recording I had was probably a year and a half ago for one of the games. That is such a gift as an actor to grow and change, and because you're growing and changing your own life. You know, there's a lot has happened to me in 20 years. You know, I've lost loved ones and family. I bought a house, I got married, I had my own kids, and so, you know, you're going through all this stuff, and then your character's going through all this stuff, and so, yeah, it's such a crazy, amazing, awesome gift. And then as a voice actor, it's cool because you're bringing different emotions to it. You're bringing, you know, the flashbacks. I'm a little boy, Rock Lee, and so you got the little boy voice, and then you got the, kind of the I guess the voice that you know and love of Rock Lee, you know, like the teen years and all of that. And then in Boruto, I'm a man, I'm a dad, and so yeah, that's super crazy and awesome, and yeah, thank you, that's a cool question, Katie.
Yeah, I think I loved flashback scenes.
Yeah.
It was fun because I do feel really connected to Sakura as a character, and then when you get to do flashbacks, it's sort of like a flashback of your own childhood, and you do get that experience of sort of, yeah. So I really related to young Sakura, and then as she grows up and then gets married, and all that was happening to me too. So the same thing. It is really fun to do that, and you can't really do that except for in animation. I mean, you're not going to, as an actor, to span that many years, you know, you don't get to do so. Yeah, it's really fun. And I kept thinking, like I said, that I'll figure out how Sakura solves this dilemma about the emo men, and she'll work it out for me. And I was really shocked at a con when halfway through recording, and I didn't know who I was going to end up with, and somebody spoiled it for me. And I was really shocked because I was like, no, I think she'll go with Naruto. Like, she'll pick her best friend. And it surprised me. But you know, I married my best friend and it didn't work out either. So there you go. Emo or best friend, it's a coin flip.
Thank you.
Maybe we can.
I'm from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Nice. I like your shirt, dude. That's a cool shirt.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
My question is, who is your guys' favorite villain from the series?
You know who I always thought was so creepy?
In real life or anime?
In the series was that Pain guy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I thought he was really creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pain too. I mean, yeah, and that's, you know, some amazing fights and the Pain. Yeah, I mean that's a fan favorite for sure. Yeah, creepy.
Thank you.
Don't tell him we said that.
Hello, my name is Toby.
Hi, Toby.
Even though I live in Minneapolis, and I'm actually from Houston.
All right.
All right.
And my favorite color is green.
Green.
And so my question is, what was your favorite scene from the series that your character wasn't in?
Oh God.
Well, the problem is I never see the other scenes. We don't, unless I personally just went home and watched it on TV, which I didn't do because I just don't really watch any TV. I don't know why. So I don't really know the other scenes. I mean, that's the crazy thing about doing anime is they just plop you into the scenes you're in and catch you up sort of basic context of what's going on. But we don't see the rest. So in a way, I'm sort of clueless.
Yeah, it's very different than original animation, you know, because, well, pre-pandemic, you'd sit in the round, right? You'd sit with all of the cast, so it could be anywhere from 8 to 12 actors, give or take, and you would go through the whole script, start to finish, in real time, and so they'd be like, okay, we're gonna do lines, blah, 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 you know, and so everybody would do it. It'd be like a radio play, right? And so you were privy to the rest of the story, the whole episode, etc. But as Kate said, you know, we would just come in and be like, okay, your first loop's 128, you know, and so you'd go to 128. She'd give you a very quick context. Okay, you're coming from, you know, X, Y, and Z, you know, and then you would do it. I'm kind of a freak because I don't even own a TV. So, I know, kind of crazy, but I I haven't had a TV in 35 years, so I don't watch much of anything. Yeah, so I can't really answer that, unfortunately. I mean, I do know, again, like some of these arcs that people talk about, especially on panels, or people come up and ask. I do know that paint arc is so super cool and crazy. I suppose if I was another character, it'd be Naruto because he's the lead. But anyway. But thanks for the question.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
My name is Gabrielle. My favorite color, I'd say orange right now because I pulled it off.
Orange, yeah.
My question is, who's your favorite character from Naruto?
Favorite character from Naruto? Sakura! I mean, the fact that she doesn't love me back, it's official. Right here, right now, this panel, today, I'm over Sakura. It's done.
No! I was just about to say.
Yeah, you want to fight for it? Yeah? You want the guy that doesn't respond, he's just not that into you, Kate? All right, I'll give you what you want. So now she can chase me.
I knew you were gonna get there at some point. I was thinking, why is he holding on? Why? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, you know who my favorite character is? Rock Lee. Rock Lee is
See, it already worked. It worked just like
character.
that. Flip the switch, guys. You just don't, just make it a little harder, okay? Make it a little harder for them to love you. I love Sakura, but the voice, it's always lit me up. Like, I just think it's so funny. And maybe it's because he's my sensei, but Guy Sensei, like what Skip brings to that character is, it is voiceover gold. It really is. Like, he started with when he talks on panels, and we've done a few since. A little trivia though, I've told a few of you at my table. I didn't meet Skip, Guy Sensei, until 3 years ago. 3 years ago. We met at Anime Riverside in Riverside, California, and we had never run into each other in the studio, in the lobby.
I think me too.
Yeah, you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
I was like, who are you? And you're on this show?
Yeah.
And I did not know.
Are you? Wait, what? I know, it was amazing. So we didn't meet until 3 years ago. Never met during the show recording, but I just love what he, Kakashi, and so it's almost like this Elvis meets, it's such a great voice for something, that he could have done so generically in some ways, but he found something. It makes me laugh every single time. I heard him probably more than almost any other character in playback. Like, sometimes he would come into the studio first, and so they would play what he did. So I heard him a lot too, but yeah, it's hysterical. I just find every single thing he says kind of funny. Not every single, but a lot of humor, a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you.
Minnesota, and my favorite color is red.
Oh. Did you guys meet? Do you know that guy?
No, just a few minutes ago. We connected for sure. My question is, I think from what I see, Sakura and Rock Lee go through so many changes and growth throughout the series. And my question would be how is it seeing the character kind of grow from when they first started and hearing and understand the character kind of puts it forward?
I talk too much. Yeah, I don't know enough about anime and the other properties, but has anybody gotten a divorce in anime? You get divorced out. I'm still here.
It's true.
Okay? I'm still here.
I see you there right now.
Yeah, you do.
I wish that Naruto would, that it would just keep going.
They don't get divorced, they just die.
No, you're right.
Exactly.
They just die. They do. Your sisters' names. Get this.
Policia and Pauline.
Yes.
They are triplets, y'all. Identical.
It's so awesome.
Paulina, Paulicia, and Pauline.
Yep.
Where are they?
Yeah, where are they?
Where are you? Oh, hey guys. Hiding in the dark.
If y'all don't think that's funny, the triple P's.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Hi guys. Hey. Hello.
I lived in Minnesota for 4 years, but I'm originally from Illinois, and my favorite color is pink.
Love it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Sakura, I love you.
Okay, my question is, do you you ever find yourselves being like your characters outside of voice acting?
Yes. Because like I said, I was that crazy girl. I do, and I feel like I communicate with Sakura and Sailor Mercury. Like I sort of, I know. I'm not gonna say I channel them, but I do have a connection with them, and we do speak quite frequently. And sure, I feel like since I've played these characters, I can sort of behave as they behave and sort of act like I'm pretending, but I'm not. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, the short answer is yes. I have a figurine of Rock Lee on my desk at my office, and he just reminds me to stay positive and do my best and be my best and work towards that. And also, Rock Lee's kind of the cup half full guy. Like, he really tries to see, I mean, except when he spins out emotionally. Guy sensei! But, Rock Lee, let's be honest, he's very emotional, very, all over the place. But at his core, he really just tries to be his best. And I feel like if you just keep trying to be your best and lead with love, then that's the best you can do, And there's a great phrase by Tony Horton, the physical fitness P90X guy, and it's just do your best, forget the rest. And really, it's that. I tell my boys that. I have a 10 and 12-year-old boys, and I just say, do your best and forget the rest, So yeah, I think, I'd like to think that Rock Lee and I throttle between, the real and unreal, and the character and the person. And yeah. Thanks for the question. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. That is an incredible luxury and a gift to do a character for that long. None of us had any idea that the show would last 18 years. When I started recording in 2005. I think the last recording I have was probably a year and a half ago for one of the games. That is such a gift as an actor to grow and change, and because you're growing and changing your own life. There's a lot has happened to me in 20 years. I've lost loved ones and family. I bought a house, I got married, I had my own kids, and so you're going through all this stuff, and then your character's going through all this stuff, and so yeah, it's such a crazy, amazing, awesome gift. And then as a voice actor, it's cool because you're bringing different emotions to it. You're bringing, the flashbacks. I'm a little boy, Rock Lee, and so you got the little boy voice, and then you got the kind of the I guess the voice that you know and love of Rock Lee, like the teen years and all of that. And then in Boruto, I'm a man, I'm a dad, and so yeah, that's super crazy and awesome, and yeah, thank you. That's a cool question, Katie.
Yeah, I think I loved flashback scenes.
Yeah.
It was fun because I do feel really connected to Sakura as a character, and then when you get to do flashbacks, it's sort of like a flashback to your own childhood, and you do get that experience of sort of, yeah, so I really related to young Sakura, and then as she grows up and then gets married, and all that was happening to me too. So the same thing. It is really fun to do that, and you can't really do that except for in animation. I mean, you're not going to, as an actor, to span that many years, you don't get to do, so yeah, it's really fun. And I kept thinking, like I said, that I'll figure out how Sakura solves this dilemma about emo men, and she'll work it out for me. And I was really shocked at a con when halfway through recording, and I didn't know who I was going to end up with, and somebody spoiled it for me. And I was really shocked because I was like, no, I think she'll go with Naruto. Like, she'll pick her best friend. And it surprised me. But I married my best friend, and it didn't work out either. So there you go. Emo or best friend, it's a coin flip.
Thank you.
Maybe we can.
Is what would be one of your favorite scenes that you recorded during the show?
Favorite scene? You got a favorite scene?
I tend to really recall most fondly the tuning exams. I really liked the beginning when Sakura was little. Now I know many of you don't. Many of you thought this little bratty girl is driving me insane and I don't know if I want to watch this show. But Sakura was expressing her feelings, and all people need to be able to do that freely, correct? And if you stuck with Sakura, she goes through a lot of changes in her life. So I really liked that when I was just constantly, Sasuke, Sasuke! Because I sort of felt like that's who I was as a little girl. I know, I should have picked Rock Lee.
Really?
I should have picked
Really?
Rock Lee.
Do you know who's on the panel with you?
I know that.
Sakura.
And I want to tell you that
Sasuke's never there, is he? No, he chose wrong.
you're right. I married the wrong person, but now we have Sarada, and you know, she's the joy of my life.
And
so
she's
what
always
do you-
going, where's my daddy?
I know. It's going to be tough. So Rock Lee will come over and have ramen and be like her pseudo dad, and we'll figure out something.
Yeah, we'll figure out something is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that little Lady and the Tramps, you know, with the ramen noodles, and we'll meet and we'll be like, yeah, I mean, look, this is for anyone that's in love, right? Pining for someone, boy, girl, I don't care. But just so you know, Rock Lee was willing to die for Sakura, okay? That's the person you end up with, okay? Like, just if there's a meter, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna go for the emo jerk guy that's never there. No, this one. The one that's willing to die for you. I'll leave it there. Anyway, there was never that scene, unfortunately, as much as I wish there was. The Sakura love you scene, but my favorite scene, I love the tuning exams too. I mean, you know, the fan favorites, the Gara fight, obviously, right? Kimimaro fight, Drunken Fist, of course. Super fun. And I will say that I wish they had brought back the Drunken Fist, like more. Like, I think it would have been really fun, like kind of, you know, just every once in a while, just enough. But one was certainly not enough. But my favorite scene is actually the flashback to when I'm crying against the tree as a little boy, and I'll never be a ninja, and I'm crying, and then that's the whole tee up for Gai Sensei scene. You have the gift of perseverance, Lee. And I always love that scene because it's so emotional, and I also feel like it represents, without getting too philosophical, it represents all of our frustrations, right? We all go through those, I'm not enough, I'm you know, just those hard times in life. And I think just that message of gift of perseverance and getting up again and again, you know, even when you're beaten down or you don't believe in yourself, you know, we all need that reminder that we are enough. And that, you know, if we, I mean, we are enough, and also, you know, find your cheerleaders. You know, they're out there. The people the people out there that were willing to support you for exactly who you are, and don't hang out with people that beat you down. You know, I mean, you know, if you're younger and you got to go through the family thing, and they're not as supportive as you would want, you know, whatever. We all got to do that ride, you know. But when you're old enough and you're 18 and you can make your own decisions, surround yourself with people that lift you up. Anyway, cheers.
Thank you. What would be one of your favorite scenes that you recorded during the show?
Favorite scene? You got a favorite scene?
I tend to really recall most fondly the tuning exams. I really liked the beginning when Sakura was little. Now I know many of you don't. Many of you thought this little bratty girl is driving me insane and I don't know if I want to watch this show. But Sakura was expressing her feelings, and all people need to be able to do that freely, correct? And if you stuck with Sakura, she goes through a lot of changes in her life. So I really liked that when I was just constantly, Sasuke, Sasuke! Because I sort of felt like that's who I was as a little girl. I know. I should have picked Rock Lee. I
Really?
should have picked
Really?
Rock Lee.
Do you know who's on the panel with you?
I know that.
Sakura.
And I want to tell you that
Sasuke's never there, is he? No, he chose wrong.
you're right. I married the wrong person, but now we have Sarada, and you know, she's the joy of my life.
And
so
she's
what
always
do you-
going, "Where's my daddy?"
I know. It's going to be tough. So Ross Lee will come over and have ramen and be like her pseudo dad, and we'll figure out something.
Yeah, we'll figure out something is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that little Lady and the Tramps, you know, with the ramen noodles, and we'll meet, and we'll be like, yeah, I mean, look, this is for anyone that's in love, right? Pining for someone, boy, girl, I don't care. But just so you know, Rock Lee was willing to die for Sakura, okay? That's the person you end up with, okay? Like, just if there's a meter, right? Like, oh, no, oh, I'm gonna go for the emo jerk guy that's never there. No, this one. The one that's willing to die for you. I'll leave it there. Anyway, there was never that scene, unfortunately, as much as I wish there was. The Sakura love you scene. But my favorite scene, I love the tuning exams too. I mean, you know, the fan favorites, the Gara fight, obviously, right? Kimimaro fight, Drunken Fist, of course. Super fun. And I will say that I wish they had brought back the Drunken Fist, like more. Like, I think it would have been really fun, like kind of, you know, just every once in a while, just enough. But one was certainly not enough. But my favorite scene is actually the flashback to when I'm crying against the tree as a little boy, and I'll never be a ninja, and I'm crying, and then that's the whole tee up for Gai Sensei scene. You have the gift of perseverance, Lee. And I always love that scene because it's so emotional, and I also feel like it represents, without getting too philosophical, it represents all of our frustrations, right? We all go through those, I'm not enough, I'm you know, just those hard times in life. And I think just that message of gift of perseverance and getting up again and again, you know, even when you're beaten down or you don't believe in yourself, you know, we all need that reminder that we are enough. And that, you know, if we, I mean, we are enough, and also, you know, find your cheerleaders. You know, they're out there. The people that are, there are people out there that were willing to support you for exactly who you are, and don't hang out with people that beat you down. You know, I mean, you know, if you're younger and you got to go through the family thing and they're not as supportive as you would want, you know, whatever. We all got to do that ride, you know. But when you're old enough and you're 18 and you can make your own decisions, surround yourself with people that lift you up. Anyway, cheers.
Red. I mean, that's like intense, like red.
So interestingly enough, it started as blue, but then, like in 3rd grade, we had a project where we had to pick a certain color of construction paper, and they were all out of blue. So then red was left, and then I just stuck with red since then.
Oh my God. Okay, I like that, and that's as good an answer as any I could have expected. Thank you, I like it.
It's going to be, what is the very first thing you do when you get home after a convention?
Wow, we've never been asked that.
Ever.
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you. I get home.
She calls me. I should have picked you.
I get home. My kids come out of their room. They make an appearance out of their room. They're teenagers. They get off of Fortnite for a minute. They come to the room. They at the front door, they stare at me. Remember me? Yes. Hi, Mom. Everyone's alive? Yes. Okay, they go back to their rooms. I go to my room. I used to really procrastinate unpacking my suitcase, but now I just open it up, take the stuff, I just get it done. I get it done. I put the little gifts that people have given me in this drawer of all my Sakura stuff. And then I tend to get in my bed. I get in my bed and I watch some YouTube videos and I scroll. And then I go to bed. That's what I do. And I feel real grateful and I feel uplifted from having been around all of this. In fact, I almost didn't even make this because I was having some health issues and I almost didn't go. And in the very last second, I said, oh, it always makes me so happy to have this human connection with these people. And I think I need it. So I'm here. And I will go back and I will feel glad that I was here. Yeah. So thank y'all. It really is a gift to me. I know people might not believe us when we all say this. We had no idea recording these little anime cartoons that we'd ever get this much human connection with people from all around the world. And it is an honor and a real gift. And I never saw it coming. So, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw it coming. You forgot to mention, so I'm going to show you something. She texts me on late Sunday nights. That's how she ends her day. No, I usually fly back. We fly back very late on Sunday nights. Like I don't think I've ever stayed over on a Sunday night and flew back on Monday because I have a 10 and 12-year-old and my time with them is precious. But I usually get home super late. Like by the time I roll in the door, it's 1 a.m. So I stare at my little boys. I go into their rooms and I just stare at them for 30 seconds and just kiss them on the forehead. And then sometimes my wife rolls over and says, "How was it?" Sometimes she doesn't. And then I go, "Cha!" No.
What if I did do that when I got home?
You should just go in your boys' room and like, "Cha! Cha!"
They'd be like, what is wrong with you?
Freak. Yeah, and then, but like Kate, I mean, I know, I don't want to overemphasize, and I don't want to, but these feel good. These feel good. I mean, again, it's a gift. It's a real gift. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching the show.
The world is wacky right now.
And the world's wacky right now. So
and this feels good. This does.
Yeah, and my other life is, I have a couple balls that I juggle, but one of my other big part of my life is being a disability advocate. Because my little sister was born with Down syndrome, my best friend had kyphosis, my father was deaf. I'm a huge advocate in that world. One of the documentaries I made was about my little sister called Kelly's Hollywood, and I've often longed for a more inclusive world. And what I have found with Comic-Cons is these little microcosms of inclusion, true diversity, inclusion, equity. And I've often said, walking away from cons, almost every time, that if the world was more like a Comic-Con, it'd be a much better world. And I truly do believe that. So, so to inclusion, and to rock in your best, beautiful individual selves.
Well, we appreciate you guys being here. They will be after tables doing selfies and autographs until they have to split. So if you guys want to go by.
From Faribault, Minnesota.
Odin?
Odin?
Yep. You're the third Odin I've met.
This weekend?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yes.
My favorite color is purple, and my question is, what is all of y'all's favorite season from the series?
Oh, favorite season?
Well, I think we get confused on, seasons, because we don't record with the cast, we just record on our own. So I feel like we just sort of pop in and pop out, and I never even know what season we're in. Did we know what season we were in?
No, it all kind of blurred together. Like we didn't be like, okay, we're gonna start recording season 2. Like I never got that memo ever. It was just like you go into the studio, especially she's in all of it. Rock Lee kind of tapers out a little bit in Shippuden and then Boruto, but yeah, we didn't do it that way. We didn't really record by season necessarily.
We don't really know where the seasons are delineated. Yeah.
Like you would, right? As a fan watching the series, especially like in real time back in the day, like you would know, you're waiting for season 3, it just never really worked that way for us because we were always kind of playing catch up, because the Japanese had already, started, a year, give or take, before, and so when they launched it in America, they were just trying to get as many seasons in as possible, as quickly as possible. So, and then I wasn't introduced until the 2nd season. Technically, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, I don't know. That's how much we know. Purple's a great color, though. And Bluey's a great show. My favorite line from Bluey is, you know, butt worms, like when the dad says I got butt worms, is so funny. Has anybody seen that? Oh my God, you guys are all looking at me like I'm
The
crazy.
dad says I have butt worms?
Did you, yeah, the dad says butt worms. I kid you not. I'm like, no, they
What
don't.
is a
There's
butt
no way.
worm? Y'all know something? I don't know what
I don't know.
a butt worm.
You know what a butt worm is, don't you? Yes, you do.
What does that mean?
It's like literally butt worms, and dogs get butt worms, and the dad has butt worms, and he says it in the show.
Oh, parasites.
Yeah, little parasites. But the dad's like, oh, I can't run, Bluey, I got butt worms. You know? I was like, no way. And then my wife, who's Australian, we watched that episode. She's like, no, I swear he says it. And he says it. I'm like, no way, a kid's programming. That's crazy.
Why would the father on Bluey have parasites?
Well, because he's a dog. He's a dog.
Oh.
Dogs have parasites. They're all dogs, Kate. Wow, she's got some catching up to do.
I was thinking, is that what my stomach problems are? I have parasites.
You might have some butt worms, Kate. Yeah, but I still love you, Sakura.
All right, well, I'm going to tell my doctor.
I love your butt worms.
Thank you.
This is so gross, okay? This totally spiraled down. Now they're leaving. They're leaving. They're like, oh my God, butt worms. Yeah, whatever, guys. Whatever.
Sorry, y'all.
Can't handle butt worms, huh?
They happen to the best of us.
Oh my God. It's gonna go viral. It's gonna be like Rock Lee shouting butt worms. Oh my God. Everything's over. My whole career's over. Anyway, back to serious questions. We don't know about the seasons. Yeah. But I think we probably answered very similar, like the tuning exams, you know, season 2, 3, whatever. It was like episode, I don't know, I want to say probably the 30s to the into the 60s, you know, so, yeah.
Yeah, I started watching Naruto when I was little, but I lost track of the seasons.
Yeah,
Like
you and me both. Yeah. All right, nice. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm
Hello.
Pierre. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, and my favorite color is blue.
Nice.
So my question is, speaking of recording, what was your guys' favorite moment in the recording booth?
Ooh. Yeah. Do you have one?
Well, sort of back to the tuning exams. When Sasuke leaves me that first time. And
The
it's,
first time.
that first time.
Yeah. Say that again, Kate.
The
What
guy
happened?
who's never present the first time he leaves.
That guy.
That guy. You know, wreaked havoc on me emotionally. And the director was very serious, and she was, you know, she wasn't going to let us fake it. So I had to really, really dig deep, which actually, I take that back. I didn't have to dig too deep. It's all right there. I can cry at any point. But that was my favorite thing. And I did like screaming for Naruto a lot. But, yeah, I think chasing Sasuke, crying.
I loved when she chased me. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Oh, that was my fantasy version of the show. Oh yeah. You know, I mean, there was a bunch, but the Gara fight was super cool because Mary Elizabeth, the director she's referring to, amazing director, and she wanted the best, you know, and she was. But what was cool is that particular day I went into the studio, and she said, "Wait till you see what's coming. Like, this is crazy." And so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna watch it in real time, start to finish, in Japanese, because I want you to see, like, I want you to watch it. I want you to see it. I want you to feel it. I want you to know where it's going. And it was amazing. I think, like, any fan, I watched it gobsmack, you know. I was just like, oh my God. And so that was super exciting. But I don't drink. And so when we went in for the drunken fist stuff and Kimimaro fight, that was super, super fun for me because, well, initially it wasn't fun at all because I was like, wait, what? I'm drunk. Wait, what? What do I do? How would Rock Lee do that? And so I panicked a little bit and I started recording and she said, no, you're really drunk. Like, you can go wild. I was like, I need a minute. So I went outside. I said, just give me a second. I got to think about this and what I want to do. And so then I went outside and I thought about all the drunk people in my life and how they act. And I was like, okay. And then I just kind of, and this is why you act, right? This is why you become a performer. Then I was like, I'm gonna have fun. Like I'm gonna make this fun, and I'm gonna have fun. And it was the most fun I've ever had recording any VO in my career. It was just really fun to do, and I think for Rock Lee, you know, it was such a great, funny, outlandish, you know, scene for Rock Lee, but also the show and stuff. And again, my only regret is that we didn't reprise that in any way. Like, he didn't do it, you know, ever again. And it would have been really funny, you know, just every once in a while to add a little drunken fist in there, you know. But yeah, that'd be my answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.